You don't know.
Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. And today's video, as you can see from the title, is another crochet hair review video. And today's crochet hair, as you also saw from the title, is the Darling Flexi Rod Curls hair. Now, this is a little different from my channel. And when I say different, it's different in the fact that I bought this hair at Walmart. Yes, that's Walmart. If you guys here in the States know, I have a lot of international followers. Shout out to you guys. But Walmart is not a place that traditionally we think of when we think of crochet hair. So I got this hair from Walmart. It's going to be an interesting tale, interesting story. But if you're not familiar with my channel, welcome. Smash that subscribe button and join the family. But this is how my review series work. I come on here first with my first day thoughts of a crochet hair, showing you how it literally looks the very first day of install if you do nothing with this hair. I'm talking about right after install, telling you how long of an install it was, what my braid pattern is, how many times I knot the hair, what my overall first day thoughts are of said hair. I bring that to you guys first. Then I typically come on here with my 1 week thoughts and show you how the hair looks on 1 weekend, sharing with you guys my overall nighttime routine with the hair and has it gone uphill or downhill in a week. Then I come on here with my final day thoughts of this hair. I come on here on the literal day I'm about to take the hair out, showing you overall how it looks on that last day. Is it active wear friendly, water friendly, and overall do I recommend you run out and go purchase this hair. Now I said typically that's how it's structured because I typically don't know when my final day thoughts are coming, but because I know exactly how long I'm wearing this hair, you guys are going to see a first day thoughts of me and a final thoughts of me. Now there are timestamps below if you just want to see first day and you want to see final. But if you're somebody who wants to know it all, wants to be very thorough before they purchase said hair, keep watching to see my first day thoughts on this Darling Flexi Rod Curl crochet hair.
A few moments later.
So now coming on here for my first day thoughts on these Flexi Rod curls from Darling. Now I'm going to put in the description box timestamp. So for the first 3 minutes, I'm going to talk about this company because this company ain't got a lot of history as much as like the free tresses, the outrays, the sensationals, and all that. But then I'll put a timestamp down below for people who just want me to talk about the install. I get it. Some people don't like the thoroughness of my videos. That's totally fine. My videos aren't for everybody, but the 100,000 of you guys who have decided that they are for you, you guys know I'm very thorough. So I wanted to get into the company first, just because you guys know I made a commitment a year ago this time that I'm only trying black owned or black supported companies. So you probably are wondering, where does Darling fall into this category? Now I got an email from one of you guys, and I also got a comment on a YouTube video specifically asking me one about this company, because one of you guys, the one who emailed me, said, you know, I want to try companies that stand for us, support us, have our best interests in mind. And I wanted to do my research. So I'm very thorough. So I did a lot of research because there wasn't a lot of information that I could find about Darling specifically. So I had to go back a step, back a layer, and figure out who distributed the hair. So on the back of the packaging, and before I even bought the hair, I did my research before I bought the hair. I looked online and I knew it was distributed by the Strength of Nature LLC based out of Savannah, Georgia. But there wasn't a lot of information on Strength of Nature. Now, I looked up Strength of Nature online. I looked up their LinkedIn page, and a lot of the employees looked like me. And I was excited. But I was like, let me go a step back, because where is Strength of Nature made? This is where it's distributed. Where is it from? So on the back of this package, you'll see a lot of information, a lot of rows that tell you more about it. So it's the #1 hair extension brand in Africa. So Darling, they claim to be, now me being in the US, being in the States, I can't 100% vouch for that, but if you are one of my African subscribers, who I have a lot from the continent of Africa over here on my channel who watch me, so that's amazing. Let me know, is it the #1 company over there? It's made in Ghana. So it's made in Ghana. I don't think I try a lot of hair that's made in Africa. A lot of the hair I've reviewed in the past has been manufactured in Asia. So that was also something good to note. But then there's another claim on here, and it says it's a Goodrich brand. And I was intrigued by that. So I looked the backstory up of this company. So they are the overall parent company. overall parent company of this, and up under that is Strength of Nature. Now this brand, the Goodrich brand, owns African Pride, so they are the parent company of African Pride. Now I think I mentioned this in my last year when I'm making a video about hair products that were not black owned. African Pride is not, as you would think, black owned. However, they do, and they have had a commitment of senior leadership, and the ones at the top being people who look like me. So it says black and brown descent, I believe. I don't know the exact wording on the African Pride site, but it was something to let me know that there are at least people at the top who are of African descent, and I thought that was awesome. So overall, the company, not as much of a history, not to me, knowledgeable to me. I'm somebody who will do my research, but I did like the overall background of the company. I did like the fact that Strength of Nature had a lot of people who look like me. I know it's in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia specifically, so it was good to see that on the LinkedIn page there are people at the company who look like me, whereas, not to say, the Free Tresses and all those don't have people who look like me, but when I overall look at the Free Tresses LinkedIn page, I didn't see, within the first 30 people, at least one person who looked like me. And you guys know, I want to make sure that we put our money, at least for me. There's other channels who do different things, and that's totally fine, but what I want to present to my audience is I want to present brands where we can put money in pockets of people who look like us, because we are the 100% of the demographic for this. 100% of the people, let me not say 100%, because I know there are some Caucasian, I know there is some Hispanic descent people who buy crochet hair, but at least 90% of us, the marketing for crochet hair typically is people who look like me. So I want to make sure when I spend my money, the people who are also getting the money kind of look like me as well. So it's good to see that with this company. Now, being the fact that it is overall owned by the Goodrich brand is why it was able to get in Walmart, because Walmart does carry products like African Pride. So there are already some products from the Goodrich parent company on the shelves of Walmart. So that makes sense why this company was able to get on the shelves of Walmart. Because I was questioning, why this company? Why something I've not really heard of on Walmart shelves? Walmart for crochet hair? Why not start with something household first? Why go with this company? But it makes sense now, knowing the backstory, knowing that this company has products already on the shelves of Walmart. It probably just opened the door, which is good. I'm glad to see crochet hair in the mainstream market. So I did buy this hair at Walmart. Walmart is not my favorite store. I can just be frank in that sense. I'm not a big Walmart fan. I'm a Target fan. Call me bougie, call me what you want. I'm not a Walmart fan. So I have not been inside of a Walmart probably a year and a half. It's a different experience, and I can tell you about my experience when I bought this hair. So I walked into the store. I went to see which online stores had them. Of course, for me, I had to pass a couple of Walmarts. It was more in the diverse Walmart that we have. I got it, if you're familiar with Charlotte, I got it off the South Tryon at Walmart. I went in the store, I was looking all around because my mindset was that it's going to be near the hair products. Not knowing where it was going to be, I thought it was going to be near the hair products. I went in the store, it's actually beside the cosmetics. So it was really weird. It was like the foundation's here, over here, which I get it. When you start a new SKU in a store, you got to find a space for that SKU. And sometimes it's not in the most, not say sensible spot, but you might not have space near the hair care product. So you got to put it where it fits in. And since crochet hair is not something they've always carried, they had to create a new space. And if you've ever been in a Walmart, it's not like they got aisles just sitting blank waiting for products to come. You got to squeeze them in where you can squeeze them in. So it was right beside the cosmetics. And in this Walmart, it was every single hair by Darling. So they didn't just have the Flexi Rod curls. They also had spring twist. They had braiding hair. They had this in a different color. So they had a variety of crochet hair, which was cool, but it was those magnetic strip ones. So it's the magnetic strip ones where you have to get an associate to come and take the hair down for you. So I waited, I flagged somebody down and got her to try to assist me. Nobody could find the magnetic strips. They couldn't find the magnetic strips. So if you saw in my picture, this was in a package, but I walked out the store with it like this. This is how I walked out the store because they couldn't find it. And they were like, girl, well, what you want us to do? What we going to do? Well, do you care if I take the hair out of the package? And I was like, it's y'all's store. I do not care. So I sat there while the lady pulled each package out of, because as it was hanging, it was like in a, I can't even really explain it, but you guys saw how it came in the store. And then she pulled out each. And she was like, girl, it's going to look like somebody stole all this hair. And I was like, yeah, it is, but this y'all store. She was like, we are so ghetto here. And I was like, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. These ain't my words. So that was my buying this hair experience. I did buy it in stores. It does not come like this in stores. There's actually a plastic protective thing around it. But if they can find the magnetic strip at your Walmart, you might have a different buying experience, but I digress. Going into the install of this hair, install specifically with this hair, I have an install video. And that's probably going to be the best bet for you to honestly understand how I install this hair, because it's way different than anything I've done on this channel. So talking about my braid pattern, if you watch my Rasta Free Twist Out Curl install video, same exact braid pattern. I mean, not that I copied it over. No, I mean it's the same exact braids. I didn't redo it. I installed this hair on an old braid pattern, which I mentioned in my install video. I saw one of my favorite creators, Jess Monique Thomas, do that in a video, and I was like, well, since I know I'm wearing this hair for a finite period of time, why redo a whole braid pattern? Braiding down is not my favorite thing to do. It's not a favorite ordeal to go through. So I decided to reuse that braid pattern, and that's what I did. So I have 14 braids going straight back off of an old braid pattern. I installed this hair, though, specifically in my head in a different way, too, because you might be looking and you're like, look, the hair seems like it. I know it can probably drop a little bit, but it's like 14 inches on there, which is a complete utter lie. It's probably about 8 good inches on here. But it's got a little drop, too. Also, in my install, I installed this hair in the way DeAndre Renee installed the Freetress ringlet wand curl hair. She did something a little different, because I'm somebody who I don't like short hair. I'm not a big fan of short hair, and a lot of the Jamaican bounces and the ringlet wands and all those come short. I don't ever want to be on camera having an adverse reaction to a hair simply because I'm not a fan of the length. So I was like, I'm going to double the length. So I installed this hair in a doubling length way, and it's super secure. If you guys have any questions about the way I installed it, and you watch that review video, you're like, well, how is it secure the way you did it? Yeah, I can pull and tug on this hair and nothing is happening. So I say in a lot of my videos, I'm going to tell you about the install. This is really one of them videos where you got to watch the install. I promise you, though, it's worth it. But you got to watch the install to understand how I installed it, because it'll be a lot of explanation. But to give you a very brief overview of what I did. I did install, and I did use 4 packs of this hair. So this is the 5th pack that I bought, which was great because they only had 5 packs in store. And I was like, is this going to be enough? Especially knowing I wanted to use the technique I used. It was enough. Just giving you guys a turnaround too, so you guys can see the full length of this hair. Now, I did cut it a wee bit. You guys know in most of my install videos, I don't cut it. It kind of needed to be cut a little bit to tame it. So to see it in its full, like, droppity drop length, definitely check out that install video. But just to give you an overview of how I installed this hair, so this is what one strand of it looks like, and this is probably how the store meant for you to install it, but for me, again, it's super short. I don't know. I know a lot of my audience loves the short hair, so buying it and installing like this might be great for you. Wasn't great for me. So what I decided to do was I split the hair in half, then took both strands that I did, and I just held them the long way. I kind of put them together. So did a little this. And then I installed it like this. That's how I installed this hair. I know, different, right? Shout out again to DeAndre Renee for that video, because it was so helpful. It's something I never saw before. And I think, it turned out very well. It did take me about 2 hours because, again, I was doing something I'd never done before. Doing something new is always going to take a little bit more time than it normally does. And again, that's just the installing of the hair. Didn't do the braid down because this is an old pattern. But overall, the feel of this hair on the very first day is very rigid. You just need to know that up front. This is a very rigid hair. On the back, it tells a lot. It claims that it's the premium synthetic hair, and even on the front there's a little card here and it says natural soft texture. It also gives care tips for nighttime. I didn't see this originally, but wrap your hair up night with a satin bonnet or scarf to reduce friction and frizz. That's all it says. It doesn't say how, but it says do that. But natural soft texture, really interested in knowing what they mean when they say soft, because I didn't feel the softness. But in the store that I was in, they had one other color option. It was a 1B, and it was like an ombre 27-ish color. I don't know if they have more online. I didn't see more online, quite honestly, but they may have a 1 to 2. I don't know if they would have a huge color selection like maybe a Freetress and an Outre and all those other brands. I did say in my install video too that this hair is not as soft as maybe the Freetress. Like, this is the Miracle Curl hair. This is softer, definitely softer softer than this Flexi Rod curl hair. Now overall, that is the first day of this hair. I don't know if I would like it as much if I installed it, quite honestly, the way it comes, because to me then I will look like every other Flexi Rod that I've done. But this is unique, this is different. So to see my final thoughts, because again, like I said, this video is going to be different. I actually know when I'm taking this hair out, because I wanted to squeeze this video in for you guys. You guys were requesting it because so many other creators got sent this hair and did reviews and did all that stuff. Darling must have forgot my contact information. They couldn't find me. They didn't know I review crochet hair. They didn't know this was a crochet hair review channel, or maybe they knew it was and they didn't want a full review. Whatever the cases may be, today Leah's here in action, gonna give you the full deets of this hair. So to see how this hair looks on its final day 2 weeks from now, just keep watching.
Later.
So now coming on here for my final thoughts on this Darling Flexi Rod curl hair. As you can see from the signage, and as you already knew, I was going to take this hair out at 2 weeks, but I did want to come on here at the 2 week mark and share with you guys my thoughts and opinions on this hair. Now, what I typically would do in my 1 week thoughts is talk about my nighttime routine, and I'll do that right now with you guys. My nighttime routine has not been anything special with this hair. All I've done is put it up at night, so flipping up to the top, putting the scrunchie around it, and then putting my satin bonnet on, going to sleep, pineappling like I do most of my hair. I have done nothing fancy, nothing special with this hair. Haven't twisted it up at night, none of that with this hair. It has only honestly been just putting it up in the pineapple and laying it down that way. I don't think this is a twist up at night hair, just because with this hair it is very dry. And I know I get a lot of pushback when I use terms like dry to describe synthetic hair. People always, dry is a term to use for human hair. This is synthetic hair. These are fibers. It can't be dry. How can fibers be dry? I don't know how to better explain it other than it just feels dry. It feels brittle. Feels like, thinking back, if you guys have followed my channel, watched my channel, you guys know the Zuri Congo curl was a crochet hair I tried. Only wore it for maybe 3 days max. Had to take that hair on out because it was too dry. It was too brittle. You want your hair to feel nice. I think that's overall what people want. Even if it's synthetic, there are synthetic hairs that don't feel super rigid, and that's, you know, a concern with a lot of people when they first get into crochet hair. It's like, it's synthetic hair, it's gonna feel rough. If this was your first ever synthetic hair, I could see you having the opinion that crochet hair is super tough, super rough. This is not how all crochet hair is. This hair is super tough, super dry, very, again, don't like using the backside of a sponge analogy, but you guys know, if you've seen the sponges with the yellow side then the green side, feels more like the green side. Now you're probably like, well, what products did you use? Can't products alleviate that dryness? I don't care if you use water, Hawaiian Silky, Rasta Free Creamy Rejuvenator product. I don't care if you use mousse. Nothing I think is going to bring back a life to this, unless I guess you pile and dip your hand into a sink full of lotion. I still don't even think that's going to do anything to soften this hair up. I know Flexi Rod curl type hair, Jamaican bounce type curl hair, ringlet wand type curl hair has a tendency or idea that sometimes it can be drier than your normal loose crochet hair. I think this is on another level than those. I don't remember having this same super dry feeling with Jamaican bounce or ringlet wand, or even when I felt the Free Trust Miracle curl hair. Model First One curl. I loved that hair, and I don't think I could have loved it if it had that super dryness. There is a level of detangling you're going to have to do. There is a level of just cutting mats, cutting frizz that you're going to have to do with this hair on a constant, I'd say every day, maybe at max every other day basis with this hair. You're going to definitely have to stay on top of it. Now, does it look very realistic? I think so. Now, as you can see, I've cut the hair, cut it up to probably how it would be if I installed it the original way. So I did wear it that long way for a couple of days, and then at a certain point, you know, it started realizing that it's hot, child. This hair, you know, when it was long, it was kind of warm. Why did I choose to do it and wear it so long in the middle of July, in the middle of the 90-degree months? How did I decide that? So yes, I did cut this hair up. I think this is a cute, natural looking length, and I think that's the thing I like about this hair. It does look very natural, very realistic. Could my own natural hair do this? Absolutely. This is like a Flexi Rod set, or maybe a twist plait out that was a few days old. I think my natural hair could achieve said look, and it will look really good. I will say though, again, hair is a little warm, a little toasty for these summertime months. Now, is it water friendly? That's the question I'm going to get. Is this hair water friendly? there are hair, again, I have a video on the hair, that I feel like would supersede this hair in water friendliness. I wouldn't necessarily go to a beach or to a water situation with this hair because, again, when it's already that higher maintenance on land, when it's just interacting with air, why do I think introducing water to it is going to make it any better? Now, I don't think it'd be terrible, though. This is not a hair where I'd say definitely do not go. I definitely would say there are better options. I think I give it a 50-50. Would I personally? Probably not. But if somebody said, hey, Leah, I'm really thinking about buying this hair for a beach, would you say no? I'd say, yeah, sure, but make sure you have some equipment because this hair is going to be tangling and matting a little bit on land. You're going to need to take care of it after you get out of water. For sure, 400% sure, unless you go swimming on that very last day and you're going to take the hair out as soon as you get back right after that, then that's fine. Active wear friendly, definitely wear it shorter if you're going to work out in it. I definitely say that. You're definitely going to still have to detangle this hair, cut this hair. You're going to have to do the same thing that you would have to do if you didn't work out in this hair, but probably doubly if you do tend to work out in this hair, especially if you working out and you put it back a lot, child. It's going to be some matting, child. Just get your mindset ready for some detangling and some matting. And with detangling, again, you're like, well, you said don't use any products. I didn't say don't use any product. I said there isn't a particular product out there that's going to work better than any other product. You're probably going to want to use a product as you detangle this hair because, again, running your fingers through this does not feel good. So put any product you can use as a buffer as you detangle this hair. Please use it, but don't think there's a miracle product out there that's going to work better than any other product. Now, overall, do I recommend you try this hair? I do love the fact that this is in Walmart. Again, if you are at 9 o'clock at night and your beauty supply store is closed and you like, oh man, I need to install some crochet hair immediately, you got this as an option. If it's a Sunday and your beauty supply store happens to be closed on Sundays, you have an option because Walmart is open 7 days a week. I do think that, there are probably way better hair, and I do understand that they were able to get on the shelves as quickly as they do because this company, this overall parent brand, has a lot on the shelves at Walmart already. It's nothing for them to push out a crochet hair, push out something like this to market in a way that other brands probably couldn't get their hair on the shelves. There's no way, not to say there's no way, but I think it'd be very hard for Bobbi Boss to get themselves on some shelves at Walmart, not having had a relationship with Walmart, or other brands getting a relationship with Walmart and putting themselves on shelves when they don't have the established relationship. Walmart, again, is a store that's huge. All their shelves are lined. There's not really a space where you can be like, oh, let's add a whole 3 rows of crochet hair like we're somebody's beauty supply store. So I do appreciate that this is in Walmart. I do appreciate that you guys who follow me in the UK have said you've been able to get your hands on it. It feels like this is a very much so heavily African brand, and I challenge you guys who watch me who are in Africa, is this something that's prevalent on you guys' shelves? Is this something that you already knew about? You're like, oh, we know the Darling Company. The Darling Company is over here. They got so many options, so many styles. I would love to know this information. I definitely say this is a turning point. Crochet hair is coming into the mainstream. You don't even see wigs in Walmart, so at least near me. I ain't seen no wigs near me. So the fact that crochet hair is hitting the mainstream shelves and doing a crossover is really intriguing to me, and I'm excited for the future of what this means for crochet hair. But if you want to see what I do next, because honey, child, it's about time I take this hair out. I need to wash my hair. My hair's like, girl, you done put another hair on top of another hair. We need to go ahead and take a breakity break. If you want to see what I do after I take this hair out, keep watching. Be subscribed to my channel so you can see the next style. I think I'm going to do a wash and go. I think it's time for my real hair to breathe this summer. And if you want to see that, make sure you have that notification bell on as well, because sometimes YouTube trips. Sometimes that YouTube subscription box plays my face, and I don't want your face to be played in that process as well. So make sure you have that notification bell on, and make sure that you're following me on Instagram at LeahLevon89, because I will announce when my videos go live, and you don't want to miss my story. I bring you guys funny, witty stuff, I feel like, on occasion, so you want to be following me there, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.